east to the west, north to the south, let's come together. I go. They say you not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it. You from Lower Country, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Cess. I'm a bastard, we own your crib, I have up on the fine way. Tabila, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in the swamp, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bones. True son of the soil, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love that I be. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my
result or whatever it seems to be, he will address that in the bush. He would take the elections in the bush, or he would take his redress in the bush. That comment, we all know what happened to Representative Moses Akawas Gray during the Madam Solive, era. We know that Moses, Representative Gray, for using certain statement, they came after him. They came after him. Representative Yeka Koluba must desist for making these threatening and embarrassing statements that has the proclivity to threaten the peace of our country. He must stop that. Liberia enjoys peace today is because Liberians and the government in totality has decided that we must be able to keep this peace and ensure that this country be developed. That is the reason why we enjoy peace and stability today. And Representative Yeke Koluba should not be that distraction, that detractor, one who interposes, one who disconnects the positivity and the constructive, agenda of the country. He should not be the one using the public media. And sometimes, the media, this is the problem. We elevate these things Representative Yeke Koluba will do. Whenever he gets ready to threaten the country, he calls on certain media institutions, they go there and he threatens the country. Do you know the essence of the peace we enjoy in this country? Only because of your personal ego, your political ego, you are threatening to take this country back to the butch? What kind of serious person of a lawmaker will continue in this form and manner without any remorse? What kind of serious lawmaker? Let's take our honesty to the table. What kind of serious lawmaker will continue in this form and manner without any remorse? This is ridiculous. Sometimes I wonder, you threaten the peace of the country. We have just celebrated Liberia enjoying peace for the last 20 years. And you dare threaten the peace that all Liberians have gravitated, sacrificed, and have given their lives to ensure that we enjoy this peace. You dare threaten the peace of the country. And you sit comfortably without being, interrogated, without being questioned. A serious person of a lawmaker should not be treading this path. Yesterday, you threatened that you would take this country. What sense does that make? If you believe that you have demonstrated leadership in District Number 10, the people in District Number 10 are not foolish people. You have people of integrity. You have people who have huge responsibility and understand where this country must go. So if you think by the normal vulgarities, the normal insults will demonstrate the essence of leadership in District Number 10, they leave the people to their conscience or consciences and leave them to their votes. You cannot, I want to ask you, Representative, you think district number 10 is only meant for you? Is that what you think? That you must be the winner? You must be declared as the winner in district number 10? You think the people in district number 10 do not know the essence of good governance and leadership and what it means for a representative to take responsibility of, an entire district? You think they don't understand what it means to give you their district, to govern and steer the affairs and monitor the policy of the, you think they don't know that they give you leadership and you insult everybody all the time, and you expect these same people you insult to go back to the polls and vote you again so you can be insulting. And you think these are things that the people of district number 10 will reduce themselves to come 2023. And you go about now, you not see the last time you said, you want to see 5,000 t-shirts. If you can't see 5,000 t-shirts because the district has a registered population of 49,000 plus. So you have done your calculation and realized that the district registered population is about 49,000 plus. You are asking the people to bring you 5,000 t-shirts. Now you'd be telling the people, what have you been able to demonstrate over the last 6 years as a representative? What is the role, the cardinal responsibilities of a representative? Your oversight, your representation in good manner and good altercation and lawmaking. You have not proffered a bill. Your attitude at the House of Representatives is not representing the people of district number 10. Your mannerism is questionable. You have demonstrated peccable attitudes, and yet today you are threatening the peace of the country when we are concentrating on mourning the minds of school-going children. Out of 49,000 plus students that sat the national exams, for the 6,000 plus came out clean. We're talking about the improvement of the educational sector in the country. We're talking about the improvement of the health sector. You want to take all of these things back to be destroyed only because of your personal ego and your political waste? You can't be serious. You can't be serious, Mr. Koluba. You need to stop threatening the peace of this country. Liberia is not your farm. District number 10 is not your privacy. You were elected. Someone was there. And the people did not see the confidence, the trust that they reposed in the person. That's why he was removed and you were placed. If the people do not see the same trust and confidence in you, automatically they are going to remove you. So it should not be a problem. It should not be a confrontation. It should not be an issue. When the people of district number 10 say, we don't want Representative Koluba to represent us, then you go about taking the social media, threatening the peace, that you're going back to the bush. Representative Koluba, this country is going forward, and Liberia is not concentrating on or contemplating on going backwards. So if you have that mentality, look, the government will not even give you a chance to even threaten the peace of this country in the first place. All that thing you're doing, like my host can say, davla. Because the people of district number 10, I think it is about time they decide for themselves. If they feel okay seeing their representative, their lawmaker insult everything almost every day, the profanity and vulgarity that comes out of his mouth, the insults, if they are complacent with that, it's up to them. But I think they're valuable and prestigious people in that district that know better for themselves. There are times people make mistakes. Yes, we agree, people make mistakes. But I think they know better for themselves. So at about this time, they do believe that we have an option to remove or to do anything else with our votes. So the people of district number 10, their eyes are open, they're educated, they consent when it comes to electoral processes in this country. So your attitude of threatening the peace of this country is diminishing the prestige and the dignity of district number 10. And the people, I think they are fed up and they are only waiting for for October 10 to make their final decision. So don't start blowing your whistle so early that if you see that they cheat you in the election, you will go back to the bush. Representative Coluba, you dare not go back to no bush here. We're not going back to no bush here. Liberia is on a trajectory of progress. Liberia wants to progress. Those days of senseless war is over, and not even you can threaten to take this country back to where it came from. Not even you, Representative. If you have any disagreement, there are possibilities to settle those disagreements, but don't settle your disagreement with breaking down the fabrics of the country, the health sector, the education sector, the different sectors in the country. Don't try that. You can't. Who wants to support you go to the butchers? Who wants to do that? To die with you? Nobody wants to do that. So Representative Yeke Koluba took to the social media yesterday and said all of those, impalatable and nasty things that you would take the country back to the bush and all of that. These things will not be encouraged in our country. Let's go to the lines and take a few calls, and then we usher in our guest for tonight. 0880-514-096 are the numbers. 0880-514-096 are the numbers to call, and you just weigh in on what you make of today's conversation. Let's see if we can get our lines active. 0880-514-096. Let's go to the lines and talk to our callers. Good evening.
Good evening, brother.
Good evening. What's your name and where you come from?
Yeah, I'm Alfonso, and I'm calling from Police Academy.
Go ahead very quickly, so you have 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you very much for your concern, and we are intelligent people in this country, and thank you for the program. This country is a peaceful country, and we are not here to promote war. As a lawmaker, I think he should be intelligent and know the position, and not to be insulting the president, insulting people, and even insulting ECOWAS.
Thank you.
So I just want to thank you for this program, and let's be real Liberians to promote peace.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead very quickly, sir. 30 seconds.
This is Edmond. We don't have a stable
Oh, my God.
fair pricing.
Come again. I didn't get you.
This is Edmond. President, we are officially in fair pricing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, sir. Quickly.
Yeah, please. No, you know what?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't have to keep after it.
But nobody willing to do that madness with him. Nobody willing to do. Everybody thinking they prove themselves now. You think we're thinking about going back to the bush? What kind of nonsense is that?
You don't have it. He know that he can't win that district.
Is that fear
How he block to pull off.
Oh, I'm not.
You know that can be to win the. Mind you, the name BSO.
Oh.
What Jones said this and that.
My brother, I'm sorry, I'm losing you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. What's your name and where you call from, sir?
This is Armstrong Baku, chairman for We Are One Round.
Armstrong, go ahead, my brother. 30 seconds.
Yeah, let me say thank you very much for your talking point. Look, Washington, we should not give credence to people like Yeke. I think Yeke started this thing on the day George was elected as president. And up to present, Yeke had the capacity to do those things that he's been talking about. I think by this time, Liberia have fallen down. But let me encourage the young people. These guys are doing this thing to torment us because they know that they're going nowhere, so they will do it to
nobody will get Yeke
to get attention to them. Tomorrow, then the whole thing they got in me is interim leadership. But by God above, there will be
nobody going to that. Nobody won't even go with Yeke on that thing. So good evening. You're my last caller.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir. You're my last caller.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm Shoko Connor. that man get forced to win in that district. So thank you.
Thank you. That's your thought. Thank you. Good evening. All right, so I'll leave it there. Let's leave it there. And we'll take this very short break to usher in our guest.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it, you from Lower County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Sess. I'm a bad that way, oh, young people, I'm up on the fine way. Tabila, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in the swamp, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bone. True son of the soil, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love LIB. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I holding your own. United, we stand, divided, we fall. You know, I want to say when I come with ball, when I tell you on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this team. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, I'm joining the team. You go, you pella, you love my crown. Who kill it? Who got shown?
I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kobo. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kobo. Nabali pola poge na papa kobo. Nabali pola poge na papa kobo. La biro waka poma o. La biro waka ma o. Balanda anwa waka ma o. Anwa waka ma o. Anwa
From the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it, you from Lower County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Sess. I'm a bad that way, oh, young people, I'm up on the fine way. Tabila, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Liberia.
This place for me and you, Liberia. Liberia is the biggest mother that we all can put our shoulders around. And we talk Liberia, we build Liberia, we love Liberia, we dance Liberia, and we do everything for Liberia. So currently in studio, I have with me Mr. Rufus Twasam, exactly, Mr. Rufus Twasam. And he's a representative candidate in district number 8, the district of Representative Moses Akara's Gray. And he's one person who is who wants to unseat Representative Gray. And we're going to talk a bit about district number 8 and the thing going on in the All Liberian Party, because he represents the All Liberian Party in district number 8. So officially, I want to say good evening. Can you just get the hairpiece and put the microphone on? Just put your microphone on. Yes, put it on. Good evening, Mr. Sam.
Thank you for the invite. I'm Rufus Twasem, as you rightfully place it. Former candidate in district number 8 and current candidate on the ELBC ticket in district number 8, Mosorado County.
Former candidate and current candidate. What do you mean? How can I understand that?
I contested 2011
election. I was not successful, and I'm again contesting.
What about 2017? You didn't contest?
No. 2017, I never contest the election, and I'm now in the process.
You're now in the process.
And there to win.
Okay. So that means you were building up your capacity in 2017.
Yes. I came close to contesting 2017, but due to one or two reasons, I left the race to prepare myself.
Oh, for 2023.
The hero who escape a battle sometimes go for
lives to fight another day.
Yeah, go for some.
So this 2023 now is the day you're fighting.
Oh, quite friendly.
So, Mr. Sam, tell us a little more about yourself. Who are you, and how can we know you better?
Thank you. Rufus Tuasem is a resident of District Number 8, to be specific. I live in Slipway. Rufus Tuasem is a graduate of the University of Liberia with a degree in public administration and minor in political science. Rufus Tuasem has served in several capacities, more especially when it comes to the civil society. I have led the National Private School Teacher Union of Liberia, where we advocated on our regime in 2014 when the African Development Bank gave a hazard benefit to the National Private School teachers of Liberia. We spearheaded that. We advocated for 2.2 million. Rufus Tuasem is married.
Okay, that's your person. I'm going into your personality. All of these things you were saying, the political attachment. We'll get to that. Your advocacy. I just want to know you, your personal life.
Yeah, Rufus Tuasem is married. I'm blessed with 5 children.
Okay.
Rufus Tuasem has.
Do you care to talk about your ethnicity?
Yeah, why not? Why would I have my identity?
Okay.
Rufus Tuasem hail from Nima County.
Oh, okay.
From one of the populated districts called the Zoga district. And my mother is from Tabata.
Oh, okay.
But I have resided in District Number 8 for over 25 years now. And I have worked with the people there. I have a serious painful beginning. At the age of 5, Rufus Tuasem was overtaken by a heartburn, as we call it in Liberia. And the heartburn was a policeman at the age of 5 when I was trying to follow my mother, who was going for the susu activity in the evening time. And then this policeman overtook me, carried me and put me down in his office into a little dark room. He opened about 3 rooms.
So, Mr. Sam,
later on, God took me from his hands. I survived.
So you escaped death?
Yeah, I escaped death at the age of 5 from the hands of a heartman police. I normally like to bring this story up because it was so horrible at the time. I wouldn't have been alive today, but God kept me alive for the specific and a
particular reason.
Yeah,
so that is your personality.
Yeah,
that is who you are. So, Mr. Sam, you are on the All Liberian Party's ticket in District Number 8. Can you tell us, why do you want to lead the district?
Thank you. There are a whole lot of misplacement, misguided leadership from the current leadership. In fact, the district is one of the prolific districts of our country. The district holds the 3 branches of government. But the district has not been blessed in time past since we emerged from the civil war that engulfed this country, the civil saga, the 14-year civil unrest that engulfed this country. We have not been blessed with leadership since 2005. So we had the legs of Rufus Nouvel. He has come back in the race. I normally refer to him as a prodigal child who the district blessed him at the time, and he went and squandered all of the blessings, and he is now coming back. And
you refer to him as the prodigal son?
Yeah, he's a prodigal child.
Oh, you're referring to Rufus as the prodigal son?
Oh, okay. He has eaten all that the district blessed him with in the, at the initial. And
so he's coming back for more?
He's now coming back and telling the father like what happened in the Bible. Father, consider me, I have damaged all of the money. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it left with the father. The father in the Bible was a kind-hearted father.
So that means the district is a kind-hearted district.
No, we are not accepting him. Okay,
But let's go ahead.
That's why he running. He left with the people. What I try to say is that he left with the father, like the father in the Bible was a kind-hearted father, and he accepted that son. But some father will say, "Look, I don't have a space for you."
So it's a different picture of district number 8. We're not taking a reflection of what happened in the Bible.
Quite frankly.
Oh, let's go ahead.
So on the basis of that, we thought it wise to come in to provide some level of a good leadership that will bring about sanity and dignity, because our district has been disgraced and made shame for quite a long time. So we are bringing a good leadership on the table, a people-centered oriented administration that will make a periodic report. Administration before taking decision at the Capitol building. We must call a Palawa hot meeting with our people to tell them what is obtained in the house, to put forth whatsoever bill that have emanated at the level of the house, so that they can give us direction. We won't take decision on our own in the house and impose it on our people before we speak in the house, and then our agenda happen, or any bill that will be promulgated in the house. We must consult our people at the level of the district. So these are the kind of leadership that we are bringing. We are bringing leadership that will be able to empower the youth. We are bringing leadership that will be able to create a kind of job and scholarship for the inhabitants of the district. These are the kind of leadership that we're bringing. And that leadership that will be a police leadership that will go at the University of Liberia and beat students unmercifully and bully people. That is kind of leadership we are against. So we're going to bring a leadership that will bring reconciliation and hold everybody together in good faith in the district.
So you talk about leadership, inclusiveness, right? You talk about leadership being demonstrated by in consultation with the people. Are you telling us that the current representative has not been able to do all of that?
He lacks that identical ingredient.
Have you been able to follow the records of Representative Grade when it comes to the House of Representatives?
I have followed him.
And what have you learned?
The only thing I see the brother doing in the house there is to be a bandwagonist, to a praise singer. This is why the national legislature.
What do you mean a praise singer?
Praise singer to the regime that be. Okay. This is why the national legislature under the guy regime currently has turned to a Duma legislature like what happened in Russia during the 1917. Okay, because all of these guys are now singing a praise song. Representative Gray is on record. More they scored numbers of legislators that receive 30K on 2 different occasions that he never even brought to the district to let the district to know. We only heard it on the radio. Representative Gray, his leadership style is on record for taking taxpayer money and going to France to get married to a Liberian woman. So a Liberian woman. So Representative Gray is on record for going.
Excuse me, Mr. Sam. Did you say Representative Gray is not demonstrating any good leadership in the district?
Not at all.
Have you been able to follow the AREC report? What do you know about AREC?
Which one you call the AREC report?
The AREC report. You know nothing about the AREC report? The institution responsible to get all of the statistics of the House of Representatives and Senate and be able to tell the people about individual performances in the House.
I think when it comes, let me tell you, the performance,
because AREC will definitely tell you the performances of your representative. And Representative Gray of late got A in the AREC report. Are you telling me the AREC is a contrast to your perception?
Let me tell you that some of these guys don't merit the grades that some of the institutions are giving. They may have their own reason of giving the grades to these guys. And you can see at the final end, even some of these guys that AREC gave F to, they will come with a disclaimer. Okay, so it has been a claims and counter claims. Okay, the public is watching. Gray have failed. This is why I normally refer to him as Pharaoh. favor of
How do you categorize a field representative? And you say Representative Gray is in that category when Eric is telling you, Rufus, that Representative Gray, based upon his representation at the House of Representatives, has demonstrated excellence.
Not at all to our knowledge in the district. They must be able to.
But you don't follow the House of Representatives.
I follow them. They must be
the issues involving the House of Representatives. You don't follow it.
They must be. I follow it. They must.
Then how can he
be able to review as to what point in time they give grade to people? They should come in the community and be able to act.
They don't have to come in the community.
Let me tell you. You got oversight representation.
Okay.
Going to the house every day.
Representative Gray is one person who debates the bills at the House of Representatives.
Going to the house.
Representative Gray is one person who profits the arguments, profits the bills.
There are several stages in which the people grade you. Sometimes they grade you for absent. They grade you for present. Okay. So going to the house every day and just sit on the bench and serve as a person.
Did you have the time, Mr. Sam Rufus? Did you have the time to go through the ARIC report? Are you entrenched with the daily politics of the day?
I've been listening to ARIC report on.
But I just asked you the question about ARIC, and you said you know nothing about ARIC.
No, I mean
it means we're not following.
The way you brought it, I'm following. I normally listen to the report. ARIC will give report.
How did I bring it?
Or number will give report, and school numbers or organization will give report. But I'm saying that they need to revisit as to how they give grade, they award grade to people. Okay? So on the basis of that, Representative Gray, in the eyes of the district, have massive.
In the eyes of the district.
Of the inhabitants.
In the eyes of the district.
Have massively feel.
In the eye of the. You say in the eyes of the district, right?
Inhabitants of the district.
In the eyes of the inhabitants of the district.
Yeah.
Now, back to you, Rufus.
Okay.
You talk about leadership. What kind of leadership have you been able to demonstrate in the district that for which the people in district number 8 are going to gravitate to your policy and your leadership style, and they're going to elect you come October 10?
Thank you. We have been providing in our own columns, in our own catacomb. We have been providing some level of leadership in counseling the youth. We have been getting involved with district matters, going to our district meetings. We have been going to community meetings. We have been sharpening the contradiction. We have been advocating on our people, letting them to know pertinent issues that must be, in their stare. We have been advocating for these things. So the people of the district have seen our leadership, and they are now gravitating towards us. They have given us the assurance that come October 10, we will be elected.
Are you talking about activism? Is that activism? Is that what we're talking about here? But a district that is as serious as district number 8.
But what sell out?
What have you given to the district? What has the district benefited from you?
Oh, that's great. Normally this question comes about even when we are doing community entries and we are going to our people in the community. They will normally ask what you are doing. Leadership comes with your ability. It's not just about what you are doing. Your ability is the first and foremost thing when it comes to leadership. I normally told people, someone who doesn't have the ability, probably close to election, for a blue jack diamond, and just start wasting things. Okay, start building toilet, start doing this because he had the ambition to contest election, but he doesn't have the ability. Can you trust that person to have him elected? Okay, we are imparting knowledge. We have a massive brain drain after the civil crisis that took place in the country. We are in the classroom imparting knowledge. We are giving our own weekly scholarship to some deserving students.
Scholarship?
Yeah.
Have you been able to give scholarship to how many students did you give scholarships?
I've given scholarship to about 10 students.
About 10 students. Are you serious about that? You have a district over 40 to 50,000 registered population, and you're telling me that you give 10 people scholarship?
Oh, yes.
What sound?
No, listen now. There's a parable that you have to cut your clothes according to your measurement.
But that means you have not even gone any one meter into the district.
Yeah, but it depends my own,
You ran in 2017. You ran in 2017.
Yeah.
You ran in 2017. Did not run in 20. You ran in 2011, and you did not run in 2017. And you were coming back in 2023, and you're telling this platform that you've given 10 scholarships.
Oh yes, quite frankly.
10 scholarships.
10 scholarship.
Can you?
It's just a beginning.
Is that how you want to begin with the people?
Oh, it's just a beginning because I don't overstep my bound. I'm somebody with different characteristics and other things. Not because I want to run a certain year to come, I should go and credit money to come and put into scholarships and other things. I operate
from 2011 to 2023. How many years is that?
You count it.
How many years is that?
You count how many years.
And you have given 10 scholarships.
Oh yeah. I'm cutting my crew according to the measurement. I won't step my bound. I don't let it be embarrassed with anything. I let it operate in what I have, my scope of operation, the modus operandi. That's what I do. I don't step my bound because I want to overplease people. No. But if I can provide 10 scholarships today, when I'm given the mandate, that just a foundation. When I'm given the mandate, then we have a lot.
Are you hustling? Is it? Are you hustling?
No, I want to serve my people.
Are you hustling?
I want to serve my people.
Can you just do me a favor to just bring it down? Yes. You either move the inscription or you bring it down.
I want to serve my people. So when you say I'm hustling, I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, because
this is a full-grown man who has a family.
So a full-grown man doesn't hustle?
Who take care of family? When you say hustle,
a full-grown man doesn't hustle?
When you say hustle, I don't know what context you are speaking in.
You probably want to hustle because you see a job. The Liberian people will give you a 6 years.
Want to provide good leadership, good representation.
Is it only becoming representative you have to provide good representation and leadership?
At that level, the gap.
Don't you think
the gap that have been created in the district at that level, when we assume that power, we'll have more, lobbyistic arm to help our people at that level.
You don't seem to have the capacity to go at that level right now. From 2011 up to 2023, you've given 10 scholarships. Apart from the 10 scholarships, what have you given to the people?
Given to the people like her. I've been
standing
with them.
How have you advocated for the people?
I've been advocating for them when it comes to water supply. We started advocating a long time in the district.
What water supply?
Going Manaseli regime. One of the candidates can even bear me witness here and say we joined together and advocated.
Who is that person?
One Samuel Morris Sarr. Okay. We joined together. We were on the 2 FM. We advocated for water supply. And when there was shortage of water during Manaseli.
In your district?
In my district. In fact, in Central Monrovia as a whole. That which embodied my district. So
and what was the outcome of the advocacy?
The outcome of the advocacy, Water and Sewer had to call us, and at the time they promised that water would be pumped within the next 1 month. And water was pumped into Central Monrovia.
It was through your advocacy? Through
our advocacy.
Okay, what else again? What have you committed to the people of District 8?
We've been counseling the youth. You know how many of our youth are going wayward. We've been counseling them. We've been telling them that they still got a future. Okay? So there are a whole lot of things we have done in the district. And then
you don't seem to make a serious mark in district number 8. Do you have the political force, the political weight to defeat a representative like Moses Akawas Gray?
You are talking
with the support of the political institution that he's formed.
You are talking to somebody who emerged victorious comes October 10.
Who has given 10 scholarships?
You're talking to a winner.
Who has given 10 scholarships?
A winner of district
for the last 12 years.
Yeah, but what is my capacity? What job do I have?
That's why you don't seem to have the capacity.
I have the capacity.
You don't seem to have it.
The human capacity.
How can you have a human capacity and you've given 10 scholarships after 12 years?
I may not have the financial capacity, but I have the human capacity. When I say human
capacity,
what gravitate the voters in my land? I can.
Have you launched?
Why have to do with launching? There are many roads to the mountain.
Have you launched?
Not launched.
Why haven't you launched?
We still got time for the election.
What do you mean? We want to see your political popularity.
You want to see your grouping. if Kia,
You don't seem to have the capital.
If Kia is not taken, I may not even launch.
Why?
I'm going to be the winner.
Why?
There are many.
That means you're not financially potent.
No, not about finance. Not about finance. Vani Sharma came into the election in 2005. He was the highest spender. He was defeated. When Kennedy signed the king, he was one of the highest.
So, are these examples to have a skip? Are you scapegoating?
I am not scapegoating. There are many roads to the mountain top, but the top of the mountain remain the same. You could choose to spread finance on the ground and lap all people walk on it. That's the road.
Why would you even go to a crucial election like this and you're talking about you may not even launch? Are you serious?
I want to kill that in your mind that launching is not just winning.
But it shows the popularity. It shows your political strength.
There's a number game. Washington, there's a number game. Okay? So the end will justify the means. As Machiavelli said. Okay? The race is not to the sway, but he that endureth to the end. So let me tell you, I have stayed on in the political circle.
And you don't seem to be making a monumental progress.
Making frantic effort. You will soon congratulate me. We just get 1 month some days to go. Let me tell you, I stayed on in the political circle. From the level of the university to the public. Let me tell you, I will not just sit and fool myself. You have to be very careful with grouping.
Okay.
Sometimes you put 100 person behind you here today. At times, you only have 20% in your support. Yes, people will see the popularity. People will see the numbers. But the number, with the number effectuate the kind of change you want, with the number bring on the table the kind of vote you want, I say no. So we have our own strategy that we are using. You know that even up to now, I not even put flyer in the street.
Why? Because you don't seem to be financially capacitated.
Not about finance.
Not about what?
Not about finance.
How do people see you?
My flyer will come.
When it will come?
It will come on a specific time. Let me tell you, when
You don't seem to be prepared to come to these elections.
When you are loved in the district, you don't worry on these kind of thing.
Why wouldn't you worry? Why wouldn't you worry?
Will you imagine somebody who has spent almost 12 years in power? Well, the very first person to get outside and start putting flyer. Even
it is done in all parts of the world. Once we come to democracy, elections, even in Cuban has the right to put his flyer up at whatever time he wants to put it up.
Somebody don't have the right.
Joe Biden.
But sometimes when you over the work. When you over,
so that means you shouldn't put flyer up.
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't put flyer up.
Because you got the capacity to put flyer up. That means you shouldn't put flyers.
When you over the work at time, you don't need to worry.
Are you serious?
But you see,
are you serious? Okay. Let me. Let's stop right there.
Have been with flyers in the district.
Let's stop right there, Mr. Sam. You said sometimes when you exceedingly work, right?
Surely.
You don't need to put flyers up.
No, I'm not saying you don't need to put flyers.
What did you say?
You don't just rush to put flyers.
You don't just rush.
You don't just, grab it as a kind of gravitating force.
No, what I'm sensing from you, you're trying to be a little politically tactical when it comes to how you address this platform. It is because you're not putting flyer up. And probably you are not financially capacitated to put flyers up.
I will put flyers up.
Yeah, but you're waiting for some kind of money somewhere to put flyers up.
It will come up. But let me tell you, I am popular with my people.
Then you don't need to put flyers
I'm
up.
Popular with my people.
Don't put flyers up.
Even if I like, I may not put flyer up. If I like, I may not launch.
Okay.
My people will have me voted.
You sure?
I'm telling you, you will
with the exception of activism, with the exception of what the other thing, what the other thing you thought 10 scholarship, right?
Yeah.
With the exception of 10 scholarship, activism, what else have you given to the district?
I don't know why really you expect me to get to the district based on my capacity.
You spoke about capacity. Capacity seems to be insufficient.
To start buying bread for people in the street.
I didn't say so. You tell me, what have you been able to do? You must cut across the district.
Yeah.
You have hand marks in the district.
But
have you done projects? Have you given people the financial capacity to have loans and enable market women, enable students, get scholarships in some schools in the district? What have you been able to do?
I talk about scholarship. I need not.
Man, you talk about 10 scholarships.
I need not to do the things.
You don't need to do it?
I need not to do the things.
Okay.
People know my work.
Okay.
I'm with them on a daily basis. They know who I am. I need not to go and credit money to come and provide this, to come and build this, and all of things.
So you think going to run as representative is just ordinary thing? You just walk and go run?
No, but that is not a benchmark. Don't provide loan before you run. No,
I'm not saying that people need to provide loan.
You're trying to make it a benchmark.
No, I'm not saying that there's a benchmark, but you must have some financial status.
Yeah, indeed I have. How you think I live in?
No, you have your status personally to be attached to your family.
Yeah, but yes.
Not to venture into politics.
That's the first start.
You'll be expending what you're supposed to give to your family.
No, my family don't complain on that. We are going, my wife and myself, we are together in this process. All of my associates, I got my team member, we are all going. We're going where I'm here. You're going somebody, you're going against an incumbent.
Financially built incumbent.
Very good.
And you are financially incapacitated.
No, not at all. I got my own weak way, and as I'm moving way.
So what do you think will be your first two most important bills that you will proffered to plenary for discussion?
Thank you. I'm going to talk about the old folk welfare system.
The old folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
The old folks in the district and across the district, when we are moving, they normally call in street corners, ask us, because some of them, it's a sorrowful story. You know, we fought war in the country for a good number of time. Ebola came and got involved. The COVID came and got involved. So many of the old folks lost some of their children who were taking care of them to some of the hazardous, epidemic and crisis.
Okay.
So on the basis of that, we see them back.
You're going to craft that bill.
Yeah, because you got Ministry for Youth and Sport. You got gender.
Okay.
Gender will do it for all sex.
Okay.
But when you look at the Ministry of Gender, more emphasis and concentration on female.
Okay.
There's nothing for the old folks.
So what's the next bill? You're talking about crafting a bill to empower the old folks. What is the next bill?
Youth empowerment.
Youth empowerment.
Yeah, through scholarships, skill trainings, and other things.
So that you can be able to take the glory.
What glory?
Yeah, because you are not impacting into the youth in the district. So when you become lawmaker,
No.
I'm coming, sir.
Yeah.
You've just impacted 10 persons.
Yeah, based on my capacity.
You've just impacted 10 persons.
Based on my capacity.
Okay. So when you become representative, then you have to leverage the financial capacity to impact 10 persons.
To impact
more than 10 persons.
Oh yeah, that's a beginning. If I can do that on my own personal evolution and initiative, then of course, if I'm given a bigger picture, that I will have that power to go out there to lobby, I'll be able to take care of more people.
Okay.
You know how David became king of Israel? David became king of Israel. He became king of Israel just from killing the lion.
Okay.
That came to eat up his father's sheep.
Okay.
It was just a single lion. And God said, but if this guy can take care of the lion, take care of the sheep, and spare the life of these sheep, then of course he can take care of it.
So what is the next bill?
The next bill, you asked me now, I'll talk about two bills.
Oh, the two bills are the old folks and the youth empowerment.
Youth empowerment.
Anything else?
We will advocate for increment in Ministry of Education budget. That is dear to our heart. Currently I'm in a classroom. So on the basis of that, we need increment so that teachers will be well paid.
Okay.
The harmonization that affected the teachers.
Okay.
We want for that to be put back, because the teachers are the future builder of our country.
Everybody knows that.
I experienced that because I'm in a class.
Everybody knows that teachers are very important.
The teachers
people.
need to be.
Do you think?
Teachers are well paid?
Do you think
we have to minimize corruption in the classroom? And we have to minimize.
Do you think they aren't well paid?
They're not well paid.
And you think that bill being proffered by you will be passed through, predicated upon you becoming the next representative of district number 8?
Oh yeah, we'll lobby with our colleagues.
Any other thing else?
Where we want to conscientize our people in the district to remain peaceful as we go about this election. Whatsoever somebody will do, be able to seek redress through the legal means. I don't go to the police station. If it costs you to go to the court, you go to the court. Don't be the one to say, oh, I will pay there. I will pay there. So we want to let the people know that we are in a race. We are on number 12.
Let me ask you two.
We are on number 12.
Okay.
We are 14 in the district.
14.
My position is,
don't you think that is a possibility for even giving Representative Gray the leverage to win the elections with the number of people coming to contest one seat? 14. One district.
We're begging to lose the election.
I don't get it.
I'm telling you. Normally people think that when the candidates are many.
What will make him lose the elections?
People think that when the candidates are many, it gives leverage to the incumbent. No. When the candidates are many, it helps to decrease the upward political growth of the incumbent. Because for typical example, if the incumbent is from Banana Village or Banana Community, and this way around, probably he was the only person from there in town pass. This way around, you have a 3 person coming from Banana Community.
Okay, I understand. I was just trying to ask you, what has been your working relationship with the youth? How have you been able to commit to the young people in your district, the young women, the young men, market women, and all of that? How have you been able to work with them? How?
I'm working with them. I initially talk about
young people.
I initially talk about counseling.
How have they benefited from you? Yeah, you talk about counseling.
I talk about counseling. At times we meet them. Some of the youth are going wayward.
You counsel them.
We put them together. Counseling.
With the exception of counseling, what else?
We talk to them to go to school.
Yeah, but that's it falls in the range of counseling.
Yeah.
What else?
But that is the first and foremost thing you need to do for a young man.
Okay. Now you counsel them.
Yeah.
Mr. Sam, you canceled them, and then they are cancelled, right?
Yeah.
And you leave them.
Get some of them in the school.
How? You got 10 scholarship.
Oh, yeah.
You canceled 200 people. What becomes of the 190?
Oh, yeah. I'm not just...
ain't they going back?
I'm not just compare to say if I cancel...
Are you talking...
I come in. I'm not just compare that when I cancel 5,000, I should send them to school.
No.
I think but my stand to cancel them is a first step.
Yes. Okay, they are cancelled.
Yeah.
They are cancelled.
Yeah.
What drives them away from going back to what they were being relieved of?
The cancelling.
Did you get me clear?
I get
they are cancelled, right?
Yeah.
What drives them from going back to what they have been cancelled of? They need something to stay with. Then to go back. Take for an example, I'm a drugs addict, right? And then Mr. Sam came and he talked to me, and yes, okay, I see it not good, not necessary. Okay, I leave it now. But Mr. Sam didn't talking to me, I leave it here now. I can see they are going back to it.
Oh no, you will see me on a daily basis.
I will just see you with your t-shirt and your jean trouser. Then you just pass. Oh, my picking, what's up? Then you just pass, you go.
No, I can't call you back to me. I review the counseling that I initially carried on.
So you just be reviewing counseling?
Oh yeah, go back to your people and fill in the gap. The gap that you left. Some of
these children, their parents are dead. Some of them are less fortunate, and you just name it. And you cancel them. Some of them, they're in the street. You understand their problems, and then you go and cancel them. And then you need to find an opportunity for them. You want to be their leader.
Why in case the opportunity is not there?
Then try another way.
So you are telling me that actually cancel them once the opportunity is not there.
I didn't say so.
I think it should be appreciated.
I didn't say so. The canceling is appreciative.
But calling them to cancel them.
The canceling is appreciative.
That should be the first
Mr. Sam.
method of appreciation.
Mr. Sam.
Yeah.
When you cancel them.
Yeah.
You just leave them like that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
I review the canceling as I said.
You just review.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go and look over.
When the opportunity is there, we provide it.
They may have food to eat.
We provided job for some of
them.
They
may have food to eat.
Yeah,
you cancel him.
We provided job for some of them.
Excuse me. They may have food to eat. You cancel him. Okay, Mr. I will not do drugs again.
Yeah.
Same Mr. Sam already cancel me. Then Mr. Sam canceling you now. Mr. Senja could disappear. No food. Tomorrow you wake up in the morning. You okay? I'm a criminal, right?
Yeah.
I'll go steal. Then they caught me. They beat me. Mr. Sen saw me and he talked for me and he canceled me. And I said, okay, since they old man talk to me, I will not steal again. But then send the man talk to me. I can see the man. He can come back again. Say, my picking. I want you to steal. I talk to someone on late trade school here. They didn't pull you here. And at least my picking. When you finish, you come to my house. My wife get late one bowl of rep. Eat it. Manage yourself. What I keep talking to you and all of that. Yes, and then you can make a better future. So you just cancel me. You leave me like that.
This is why I said. But in the first place where we cancel some of these people, we bring some of these people to our houses.
Have you been able to give scholarships to those you've canceled? Those from how many people have you taken from the streets?
Even as far as
how many people have you taken from the streets?
Even giving some of them jobs.
How many people have you taken from the streets?
From the street?
Yes.
Numerous people.
What have you done for them after you took them from the street?
We gave some of them job.
What kind of job? What can that be evident based on your expression? Where did you place some of them?
We get some of them job. We got some level of connection with some friends.
Okay,
I
talked to my friend. No, you have to call them.
I made them want to call.
You want to unseat Representative Gray.
Listen now. I made them want to call some of these places and other things called some of the workplace. Okay? So, yeah.
It's a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing.
To take a man from drugs and rehabilitate him and make him to be a prominent person in the future?
It's not a bad
Don't you think it will be an elevation for such a person name to be called?
No.
Oh, Mr. Sam.
No. I'm not talking about calling somebody name.
But then go ahead and call the names.
What I'm telling you about, I have given job to some of the people. Some of the people we cancel from the street. We offer them.
Where did you place? Okay, just one or two persons.
Some of our
one or two persons. We come and go to the lines. One or two persons.
Okay, we gave 2 persons job at the Satellite Security Agency.
Who did you talk to?
Who I talked to? A friend of mine who is running the organization.
Which Satellite Security are you talking about?
Satellite Security had the office on
What didn't they do?
It's a private security.
You mean security? The doorkeeper?
Oh yeah, it's a private security.
Okay.
It's better than zero.
Okay, no problem. His name is Rufus Twazon Sam. He's contesting in district number 8. He wants to unseat Representative Moses Akaos Gray. He's my guest tonight. I have just been informed that I placed an invitation to one of the political parties' standard bearer, and he's currently in the studio. So we'll have to go to the lines and take calls, and then we get to our next guest. So that means we have 2 guests for tonight. 08805140096 are the numbers. 08805140096. The calls will go for 30 seconds each. Let's see if we can get to the lines and take few calls. 08805140096. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah.
Sir, go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
In studio there.
Go ahead quickly, sir.
Yeah. The man in the car room and
Sir, can you shift a little bit? You're coming in distorted. Hello? Let's leave you there and get this person. Good evening.
yeah, good evening, Washington, and let me say good evening to your studio guest. This is Story Anshu Bapu, chairman.
Go ahead, Anshu. Go ahead.
I think our brother had defeated himself. He just stated to you that he had just out of 40 to 50,000 registered voters, another one a resident, or he just gave scholarship to 10 persons. And every day, and not on the day Representative Gray was elected, he has been working through all the districts that even my friend and brother John J. Baba benefited from. And today he said no thing. But thank you. I know that Gray will be re-elected. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 08805140096. The numbers to call. We take 3 more calls and we go back to our guest for his response and parting comment. Let's get this person. Good evening.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir. 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is William Peewee. Anyway, from the Honorable Institute, let him get rest. Our man is going on our grave.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's get this person. Good evening. Good evening. Let me leave you and get this person. Good evening. This person is still holding on the line. Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah,
Sir, go ahead very quickly. We're running out of time.
okay. My name is Matthew Kasia, and I want to appreciate the studio guests. Even though you guys always, highly quiz
What do you mean highly quiz?
I can't go even I can't quiz the students right now for the it what Brother Sam has done. He never did it before becoming a representative.
But I'm saying you only got 10 scholarship with advocacy.
Yeah, I can't go who is the representative to be. He not even did how even one scholarship student before becoming a representative.
Okay, thank you.
Even though he work in the office of become doing on.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening. You are our last caller.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead. What's your name and where you call from?
Okay, I'm Abraham Tabos. I thank you very much for this program, and I tell the councillor thank you very much for.
No councillor here.
Oh, but that's it. Yeah, councillor.
Oh, okay. You're speaking from that perspective. Okay.
Yeah, I told the councillor thank you very much. Yeah, you continue that, but the platform is not really fruitful, to be frank. Men that are going to control a district cannot speak over air like that, brother.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, yeah, my advice is let go and rest.
Thank you very much. We'll just get back to you to your parting comments because I think did you have any question posed to you? Not really.
Thank you. I want to respond briefly to
1 minute 30 seconds.
somebody called us. The other guy, I think one of the callers, the third caller already dealt with that issue. On a great, the pharaoh of our time, how many scholarships you had before going to the house? You had to let me know.
You have to check on
Okay,
that.
he never had a scholarship.
You check on that.
Even
You want to unseat him.
As 12 years gone into his leadership, he had even no scholarship in the district.
Can you prove
Because
that?
a great,
Can you prove that?
scholarship at the University of Liberia, he won't go there to put people together.
Can you prove
I
that?
can prove that.
But you did. Can you prove it here,
Pee-wee,
sir?
Mr.
Sam, can you prove it?
But I don't know about any scholarship.
Yeah, but you're supposed to.
I don't know any scholarship. I don't even heard about a scholarship I gave before to anyone in the district. But I'm telling you,
Okay.
someone who going there.
Let's just get your parting.
Scholarship.
Let's just get your parting.
So
comment.
we got Pee-wee, who also, your bandwagon on this. I can refer to him. I want to thank the third quarter. I want to thank you all for listening to us.
Mr. You're running on the ALP ticket, right?
Quite funny.
Mr. You is a rich man. He's one of Liberia's richest men, and he hasn't been able to help you get more scholarships.
But
Why haven't you been able to talk
I
with
want
him?
to go and carry my district department just so you to provide scholarship.
But you're running on US ticket.
I told you a level up.
You're running on US ticket.
in my scope of
You
operation.
are a son to Yuri.
Yeah, quite funny.
Political son.
Political son.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wants his vision of the ALP to resonate in District 8.
My brother,
Uh-huh.
take that to the bank that we have offered 10 scholarships.
Mr. You is a rich man.
No,
you don't care going out to him
Don't dwell on you.
to help people.
I don't behave like that. I don't
how you win
overburden people
how you
because
win
I want to,
how you win
want
this?
to offer scholarship and other things. I let them operate in my own week with.
So Mr.
You,
Mr. You is not helping you to fund your campaigns.
that is a political matter. That is our party matter. I can tell you.
Up to now you've not put a lot of banners up in the streets so people see
I'm
you
going to win the election. People see me on a daily basis.
physically.
Physically, you see my living body. You see my living structure. So
So that means you tour the district every
I
day
the district.
and you don't get time for banners.
So you request for paper.
So let's just get your parting comments, sir.
So all the business of that, we want to say thank you for listening. We want to encourage our supporters in the district that we're going to emerge. The victor comes October 10th. Will be announced. We're going to change situation in the house. We're going to bring some sanity and dignity to the house that have been, disrespected by the public. That have been brought to public disrepute. that Duma legislature where everyone has followed the same bandwagon.
Thank you very much.
We raised that. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. His name is Mr. Rufus Twazam Sam, and he's contesting in district number 8. Mr. Sam, I want to wish you all of the best, and I hope that you keep strong and the future lies ahead. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation, and thank you very much for laying your platform to the people of district number 8. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We'll take this very short break to be right.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together as one. They say united we stand, divided we fall. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you from Gentile, you from Lower Country, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Sessu. I'm a bad way on your tree, I'm up on the fine way. Nabila, I love Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Ah oh yeah, I love Liberia, oh yeah yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Ah oh yeah yeah.
I was raised in the slum, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bones. True son of the sun, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love LIB. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I hold in your own. United we stand, divided we fall. So that's what they say when I come with ball. When I chillin' on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this city. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, I'm joining the team. You go where you pella, you love my crown. Who kill it? Who got Jonah?
I love
Seated is Reverend Dr. Joshua Turner, the political leader and the candidate, the presidential candidate of the New Liberia Party. Reverend Dr. Joshua Turner. Good evening and welcome. Can you just get your headphone and now let's rumble. Yo, just put your microphone on.
It's on already.
It's on? Okay, let me just get it on from here. Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Yes, you're good.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Washington. How are you doing?
I'm good. I think you're waiting out there.
Yeah.
And I'm
I was
sure.
hanging out there a few minutes.
Okay, yes. So how has it been with you, sir? The last time we had you here, we had you as an aspirant.
Yeah.
Today we're having you here as a candidate.
Yeah.
How was the process?
It was quite good. Right now we are presidential candidates, and we are in the race, and then we are in it to win it. It was a dramatic moment leaving from the place of being an aspirant to that of a candidate. It comes with a lot of things.
How do you feel being the presidential candidate in Liberia for the first time? How do you feel?
It's quite good. It's okay. It says that anyone, Liberia is a place where you can rise up from anywhere, any status quo, and come to the limelight. It feels good for me, coming from the religious background and coming from a background where I've been there with the people. I've been on the street corners of Monrovia. I've resonated with them. It's good. It's good. It feels very good.
It's good for you. Now, there are a couple of questions we asked you the last time you came, and we managed to have that conversation. Now you are a presidential candidate. Can you tell us a little more about yourself?
Okay, Dr. Joshua Tom Turner was born onto the union of Mr. and Mrs. Levi P. Turner. I hail from Sino. My mom is from Grand Bassa and my dad is from Sino. Educationally, I got a doctorate degree in epistemology, the science of knowledge. I got a master's in divinity. I got 2 masters. One is in divinity and one is in international relation.
Okay.
And then 2 first degrees, one in theology and then one in political science and government. I'm married. I got 4 kids. I've been married for 22 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, the same person and the same wife all these many years. And basically 4 kids. Okay. And oversee 153 churches around the world.
Wow.
Yeah, And
That's a huge tax.
yes, it is.
And then you want to eye the presidency to all of the tax you have?
Yes, we come into the presidency of Liberia because Liberia's got leadership deficit. That's it. And then number two, Liberia needs an option right now. Liberia needs someone to have a new face, to be an option, because as it stands, the populace are in the valley of decision. They are in a place where you see that they are desperate. You see that they are looking for someone who's gonna be not just a leader but a deliverer, because Liberia needs a deliverer right now.
So you believe that Liberia has never had a deliverer? What is your assertion?
Okay, what is it? Not that Liberia has never had a deliverer. The place we find ourselves right now as a nation, you can tell out there and you can feel and smell that the people are desperately in search for another option.
Okay.
And I can tell you for free, the elections this year and the elections in this season, it's going to be a little more deceptive to political leaders, because political leaders will have people running behind them, the masses going behind them, gathering in the political rallies. But election day is going to be something else.
Okay.
Yeah, election day.
So the last time we had you here, Reverend Dr. Joshua Turner, the last time we had you here, and we discussed a couple of things. So today, what do you bring to the presidency? Let's talk about what you bring to the presidency.
Okay, basically, what we bring to the presidency, the major thing we want to do is to industrialize Liberia.
Okay.
Want to industrialize Liberia? Want to bring back made in Liberia?
Okay.
Now, if all our usables and our consumables are made in this country, all that you're looking for as a nation is going to be placed on the table. Okay. If all our usables, watch my word, and all our
usables and consumables
are made in this country, we're definitely going to have the kind of Liberia we look for. The first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to control the prices of things. That means you're going to control your economy.
Okay.
It's going to be in your hands. The prices will not be determined by some Indian guy or some Lebanese guy or some Chinese guy who goes out there and does his own thing and just bring the prices on us and impose it on us.
Okay.
If we produce them here, we will control the prices and we will know what the prices are here. And then to produce them, we're going to create factories. Creating factories means we're going to create job opportunities.
That means the what and the how, right?
Definitely.
So that's exactly what we are explaining the how. Because someone is out there and is listening that this presidential candidate says that he wants to make Liberia an industrialized country.
Yeah,
for a fact, right?
Definitely.
Now, how are you going to do that?
Yes. So doing it is to create factories.
Okay.
You're creating factories to produce these usables and these consumables.
Okay.
Say, for example, Washington, what you hold in your hand there is a pen,
Yeah.
and I'm holding one in my hand.
Okay.
Say you make an announcement today in Liberia and say, how many pens do we have in used right now in Liberia? You're going to have maybe 3 million pieces of this pen's going to arrive.
Okay.
Pieces of it. If 3 million of these pieces arrive that Liberians are using across this country right now as I speak to you, and it's 20 liberty for one. 3 million times 20 liberty is like 60 million liberty. You're talking about 60 million liberty just for pen. Just as simple as the pen is. That's how much a Lebanese has taken. That's how much an Indian has taken from us. That's how much someone has taken from us just to have pen. Imagine every other thing that we use in this country, including our clothes, our wearables, the things we wear, our footwear, everything, what we eat, what we use, what we consume. All of these things take away a huge capital flight from Liberia, because we have to send our monies out there, our dollars out there, so as to get these goods into this country so that we can have it to be able to meet our basic needs every day. So because of the fact that we are not producing anything in this country, everything that we have as capital is leaving Liberia.
Now, I am trying to understand something from you, sir. You talk about making Liberia an industrialized country,
Yeah.
right? You talked about bringing factories, or I don't know if
Setting up factories.
If I may use the right choice of words, creating factories,
Setting up factories.
right? So someone is asking, have you been able to industrialize anything in Liberia?
Now, you see, to do
In order to make Liberia an industrialized country.
yeah, in order to do these things, be honest with you, Washington, you need political willpower.
Okay.
You definitely need political willpower. Throw all of these ideas out there. Before one paper can leave one government office to another government office may take you 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, or whatever it is. So you need political willpower. We got all these ideas, but to be honest with you, we need the political willpower to drive these ideas and make these ideas realizable. This is not about you just starting maybe a juice factory somewhere or water factory somewhere. We're talking about industrial, going into the supermarket, for example, and taking the goods that you see on the shelves over there and one at a time producing them in this country.
What I'm understanding from you, Dr. Turner, what I'm understanding from you is that you're talking about industrializing the country, but you will not be pragmatic about the industrialization.
Look at it from this standpoint, Washington. Pragmatic, you mean the practical terms of bringing about these factories. It's as simple.
The visibility of your...
Look at it, Washington. If you want to set up a factory here right now, you need first the human resource. You need the technocrats.
You are a pastor of almost 100 churches around the world.
Yeah.
That means you've planted a huge number of churches around the world.
Yeah.
Have you been able to do the same with industries in Liberia?
No, the thing is that we have not been on the political stage.
Let's come to the mic a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't been on the political stage.
Okay.
And then we have been raising human resource all these years, mentoring our people, molding characters in them when it comes to the church side. But when it comes to our platform, Washington, we want to set up factories in this country. To set up factory, you need the capital.
Don't you think, sir? Don't you think it would have been better after molding the human resource capacity in the different congregations that you are doing such? The next thing you would have done is that you get involved. Firstly, get involved in industrializing a county, 2 counties, 3 counties, and then before you get onto the spotlight to become Liberia's president.
Where do you get the capital from? Listen, where do you get it?
Start with a small little start.
Oh yeah, look at it like this. Let me tell you something. The kind of industrialization.
There are other people who are doing in industrializations in Liberia. They're not Liberia.
The reason why it's not making impact is because they don't have political willpower. That's one. 2, they don't have the kind of resource to bring it to the national level so that the national level can benefit from it.
But you need to start doing something first.
Now look at it, for example. Look at it, for example. Most of these people that are doing some small scale, we got some small scale training sessions that we do within my religious sector. And then at the party the other time, we got guys coming there to teach, all these home arts and all that. It's so big, it's so small that it's not going to do anything.
So that means you need government funds.
You need the fundings of the country to get these things done to benefit the people. That's simple. You will create jobs for them. You will definitely create jobs for them. You will definitely have them making the kind of income they need to make because you are harnessing and tapping into their strength and their labor. Because you got 80% of your people are illiterate. 20% of your people are lettered. The 80% living on the 20%. The only way you can tap into the 80% is to give them labor jobs, skilled labor job or unskilled labor job.
While we
comes in the factory.
While we're still in the sector of industrialization, now, what are some of the major industries you see that you can bring to Liberia that are going to make major and significant impact?
For example, that's a very good question. I appreciate you for that. It brings more light on the table. Now, for example, all the cow coming to Liberia, or that we got to Freeport there,
okay,
cow come to this country for killing. Other countries around the world, you don't just kill a cow. Washington, you don't just kill a cow, because in a cow is about 9 to 10 factories. Let me spell it out to you clearly. If you have a cow here, if I'm leader today, I'm able to get 1,000 cows maybe from my counterpart right in Guinea, because cows, they're grown there, they're breeded there and all that, and then I can get 1,000 cows, which could equivalent to $500,000, which will not be anything for government spending, so as to create job opportunities and factories for our people to work. So if I'm able to get 1,000 cows to this country, and I take 2 of those cows and employ a Liberian to take care of 2 each, meaning your job there is first and foremost to make sure the cow is milking, first and foremost make sure the cow is feeding, and then make sure the cow is healthy. If I can get 1,000 jobs for these 1,000 cows, or 2,000 jobs for these 1,000 cows given to Liberians, and they know what to do to take care of these cows, feed them, and make sure they are healthy, the next thing I do is, from the cow milk, look at the factories, look at where it's coming from. From the cow milk, you're going to get powder milk, you're going to get liquid milk, you're going to get cheese, you're going to get butter, you're going to get yogurt, you're going to get ice cream. That's 6 factories, only from cow milk. But what do we do with cow in Liberia? As soon as the cow arrives, we kill it to cook soup with it and eat meat and all that, and roasted meat and the rest. I just named 6 factories just from the cow alone. And then after the cow cannot milk anymore, then you get a factory that produces sausages. You get a factory that produces luncheon meat. You get a factory that produces corned beef. That's 9 factories. Each factory minimum, you will have 100 Liberians working there. That's the minimum you can take, or a little between 50 to 100 Liberians working there. So if you producing a powder milk here, then you place an embargo, or you increase the tariff on foreign milk coming to Liberia. And maybe we change the milk Lido to Lilo, put an L behind it, and then we put an L behind it. Washington, if Liberians cannot see Lido milk, they will see Lilo, and the Lilo milk is made here, and then the millions you send out of Liberia every month or 2 months to get this product in, it will no more go outside. What will be going outside will be Lilo milk going outside, and money coming inside.
That may sound so beautiful. That may sound so beautiful, but let's look at your next industrialization concept.
Yeah.
Where are we going with the exception of cows? Where else?
So many things. Washington, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Everything you use and everything you consume comes out of a factory.
Okay.
Your clothes you're wearing right now comes out of. Liberia has cotton, for example. Liberia has a lot of cotton. You understand? All of the clothes we wear, they are all products of threads and cotton. I did industrialization, and I went to a couple of factories in India, especially clothes factories. Most of the things we consume and we use, I went to the factories around the world. I went to food processing factories in Uganda, you understand, to make Liberia a self-sufficient country that can feed herself. So everything we use in this country, including your toothbrush. One toothbrush in Liberia now is 100 Liberty. Why is it 100 Liberty? Where it's brought from could be equivalent to 10 Liberty or 20 Liberty. But by the time the taxes get on it, by the time the Lebanese man put his profit, by the time it gets to the retail, before it can get to you and myself, it's 100 Liberty. How many toothbrushes you think permeate Liberia right now? Maybe 3 million. 3 million times 100 Liberty. That's $300 million you spending on just toothbrush. Imagine what you spend on your clothes, your shoes, your perfumes, your deodorants, your soap, and everything that you use in this country. So Washington, we can produce thousands of our usables and hundreds of our consumables right in this country. For example, I wanted to eat salad before coming here, and I told the girl, fix salad. And she went to go and get 1 piece of tomato for 100 Liberty. You're talking about 100 Liberty is like 50 cents. 50 cents for 1 piece of tomato, US cents. Why? The tomato comes from outside. That's it. So a country that is not producing her usables and consumable will be a lifetime slave to those who's producing those things and sending those things to your country. Look at it like this, Washington. Okay. How many young ladies you see on the streets of Monrovia, or have you ever met, who say, I'm a Ghanaian girl and I came to Liberia to buy something? How many ladies you ever met in your life on the streets of Monrovia say, I'm a Nigerian girl, or down Waterside, I came to buy something. You never see Ghanaian girls here. You never see Sierra Leonean girls here. You never see Guinean girls here. You never see Nigerian girls here or women buying things here. But go on the streets of Lagos. I met hundreds of them. Go on the streets of Accra. You meet them there. Go in Guinea. You meet them there. Go to Sierra Leone, Freetown. What are you doing here? So
what is your
to buy something.
What is your concept to address this problem? What is your concept?
To address this problem, you need a leader who is thinking industrialization, and you also need a leader who is going to put the resources in building factories and start producing our usables and our consumables. You give our people job opportunities, and your goods and services will be produced there. Your money will remain right in your country, and your goods will be out there. You have a good balance of payment. The World Bank is going to come to you and give you the fundings that you need. That's exactly what will ramificate Liberia's long-standing.
So the first point that I got from you is the concept of industrialization.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Now, so out of the aspect of industrialization, what is the next thing that you are thinking on to deliver to the Liberian people based pretty good help on the fact that you become Liberia's next president?
Our educational sector is the next thing that we need to look at.
How are you going to look at that?
Now, this is what we're going to do. When it comes to education in Liberia, honestly, we need to revisit or reverse our curriculum and bring our curriculum to international standards. That's what we are going to do. All of our art students, you saw the results right now from Watts. Be honest with you, people say, okay, 40 something thousand of our students made it and the rest of it. But honestly, I'm not okay with the results. You know why?
Why?
I saw a couple of the results, and then I see F9, 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 F6, and F9 is a complete fail. You know, most of the students are sending the results, and then they say, you know, we're supposed to pass in 5. We're supposed to pass in 3. Even if we pass in 5, that's it. And then the English is F9, and then you got that withheld. Be honest with you, Washington. Look, 90% of our students leaving from here competing with other students in West Africa alone. I'm not even talking about the international stage. Cannot compete.
Your methodology.
That's what I'm going to do.
To be applied first to the reform educational sector.
To reform, I will reverse the curriculum. I will revisit the curriculum, and I'll bring the curriculum to international standards. Our art students in this country know about John Kizet. Nobody knows who is John Kizet. Nobody knows who is Susanna Lewis. Nobody knows who is Matilda Leopold. We're talking about them learning about the emancipation of independence in Africa and in African states. What led to us having a French-speaking country right next, and a French-speaking country right next, and then we got an English-speaking country right next. Why is Liberia is quote unquote the only American so-called colony? How come America had nothing major to do in Africa?
They are doing that, Dr. Turner.
You do that at the high school level, which anything you do in 10th grade, 11 and 12th grade secondary school does not remain within your fiber. What remains in your fiber are the things that you learn from primary school, growing up. Subject verb agreement.
So you're going to reverse.
We're going to reverse, scrap the curriculum, bring back a curriculum that matches with international.
So in your perception, a curriculum that matches international standard.
Yeah.
How I would let's envisage the kind of curriculum that you're talking about.
Yeah, Washington. Look at it from the standpoint. Our high school student, secondary student, still learning subject verb agreement.
How are you going to work around that?
SVA is a common thing that should start from primary school. You're supposed to learn and know that, because we are English-speaking country. As an English-speaking country, you can't be in 12th grade and still saying, if I was you. It should be, if I were you. Do you understand? Subject verb agreement should not be an issue. I can tell you for free, I've listened to government officials, I've listened to stakeholders in this country that don't have SVA at their fingertips. It's so sad that even our people don't have formal ability to speak standard, clean, good subject verb agreement English. So we thought that in the university. We taught that up to 400 levels in the university instead of having that coming from the.
That is it. That you're speaking of the revised policy of the curriculum.
Yeah, that's what I'm
the
going to
Liberian
do.
curriculum.
Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Let's look at more things you're going to do in the education sector.
Okay, so when it comes to the curriculum, after we brought it to that kind of standard, the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to build the kind of infrastructure needed for conducive, comfortable learning. Our students here are not learning on a very conducive atmosphere. I went to the University of Liberia.
Okay.
I got an organization on major universities campus called Rebuild Liberia Movement that has brought its way to the New Liberia Party, which I am the standard bearer and the presidential candidate. Now, I went there, and students will be carrying one chair to the other to another classroom in the heated place.
And what would be your address to such a problem?
It's to build a very wonderful, amazing, comfortable, structured building, interactive boards. As you're sitting here, you're enjoying this interview. I'm enjoying it because we got some air condition blowing us. What stops schools? What stops university to be that comfortable? Is it that there is no money to do it? If a government office and a government building can be fully air conditioned, fully furnished, and the ministers are sitting there enjoying the comfort of it, and our students and our future leaders and the young people who should take over leadership in this country cannot even find a chair to sit down. They're looking for chairs, fighting over chairs at the university level. Sitting on wooden chairs up to now is highly uncomfortable in the heat of the university. The zinc is right over the head. I've been there, I've seen it. You understand? So we're going to build decent, comfortable structures, buildings,
government institutions. And how are you going to work to the private and towards the private institution? How is your education policy is going to be regulated?
You see, when the government can set a standard, then she demands the private sector to meet up to that standard. You're not going to tell anybody. For example, if you have a 5-star classroom that has an interactive board at the university, the one you see them using at CNN, it's an interactive board. Nothing stops us from using it here, and then you have that in all the classes at the University of Liberia. The next thing, AME University are going to say, wow, we'll lose our students. Students are going to soon go there because of the kind of facilities they got there. So you're going to set a standard as the government. And once you set that standard as a government when it comes to students learning on a comfortable atmosphere and conducive environment, definitely us will be motivated to go that way.
Exactly. These are fantabulous ideas.
We come with 26 ideas, Washington.
I understand all of that. So you talk about industrialization, education, but I want to ask you a very, very sensitive question.
Go ahead.
Liberia has got one challenge, and this challenge has been with the youth of the nation. Now, you're talking about rebuilding Liberia. How are you going to work with the youth of Liberia, and more besides, what can we trace as a record of you working with the youth of late?
Look at it like this, Washington. Find out what exactly is the problem of the Liberian youth. Then you can find a solution to their problem. Poverty, hardship, difficult.
How are you going to work on that?
Good. This is what we're talking about, industrializing Liberia. If you have a factory, for example, in every district, and the factory is not sufficient to work on everybody. Everybody will not work in the factory. Washington, anybody who is a drop out of school, who did not or don't have formal education, will definitely see labor job as a means for livelihood. 90% of these people hanging out, they're young people. They are hawking on the street. They are all over the place. Idle young people sitting down in the street corners in the different communities because they got nothing to do. So what we're going to do is that we're going to create economic empowerment programs for them, that we can take them from off the street and give them some kind of skill. Do you understand? Give them some kind of skill when it comes to carpentry, mechanical engineering, electricals, and
we're talking about TVEC education.
Yes, TVEC education. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to attach some kind of economic value to it.
To what?
To the educational process.
How do you do that?
In a sense where, as they are going to school, you send them to the factory and let them be working.
Oh, okay.
Yes, at the same time. And this guy will definitely have his mental picture change, his ideology changing, and at the same time, something is coming to his hands. And what's coming to his hands become a means of livelihood. Definitely, if you attack a young person from these two perspectives, you're taking him from the streets. You've given him a livelihood. That's what we're talking about. Unfortunately, the people who got around right now don't see none of this and don't have none of this.
Here is it. President Weah's government has made our private education in Liberia to be, freed. The government has committed to that. The government will not do what you're saying, even if you came to the presidency, you will have to take up time to do all of what you say. It is easier said than done. Do you understand that?
I do.
Exactly.
Easier said than done. Easier said.
So the first thing this government did was that they came and they said, look, in order to lessen the burden on people going to school and paying exorbitantly, go to school free of charge. While the government re-strategizes, to be able to have better.
Washington, in life, anything that is free has no value.
What is your intake when it comes to the government policy on free education?
The truth is this. I would say this. What sense does it make for you to give adults free education?
What do you mean by that?
What sense would it make for you to give adults free education when you have not given it to children? Between adults and children, who should have free education? Children should have free education, not necessarily adults, because adults got the capacity to work. That's what I'm saying. My plan is that I will put them to work. I will harness the labor. I will tap into the labor, and then they will understand the dignity of labor, and they will value the monies that is coming to the hands. So for me, if I'm the president, I will make free education and compulsory education for Liberian children, not Liberian adults. I just feel the reason why they're giving free education is because children cannot vote. That's it. That's why they're giving it to adults. Because if you're sitting here in Washington or she's sitting there and I ask you, between you and your 3 kids, who should I give free education to? Your answer will be your kids, not yourself. You can work. Your kids cannot work. But listen, children cannot vote.
Policy came about because
it's politically motivated.
You just spoke about what you call it, poverty. You spoke about poverty. Liberia is not this kind of country that is rich and everybody in the country is enjoying, right? So the government will not do exactly everything in the twinkle of an eye. So there are other policies and other things the government will do, and then to catch up with the daily reality in the near future. So what the government is doing now in showing that Liberian children who have been deprived of education, the war fought in this country was senseless. This government is trying to encourage people to go back to school.
Washington, how can you give me money? First, let's look at it on the table. How can you give me money and I take that money and pay your school fees, and then I tell you your school fees is free? The money that is being used is our money. It's taxpayers' money. It's Liberians' people money. It's the simple logic. Political
Dr. Turner, this thing wasn't done for the last, 12, 14.
Forget it. Every leader got the priority.
But it wasn't done. Some Liberian students were denied access to education because these policies were oblivious.
Look, Washington, this is simple. My take on the whole free education thing for adult is that it should be given to children. That's it. Preferably, it should be given to children. But I feel
so. When you become president,
yes,
when you become president, you will scrap this policy of free education and give it to children.
Yes, definitely. Who should we give free education to? Adults? Why are we giving adults free education? The mere fact you give an adult free education, you're more like spoiling that person.
What do you mean? There are other people who benefit from the free education policy, and today they are doing astronomically well in the society.
Washington, those people, they are not benefiting from free education.
What do you mean?
They are benefiting from prepaid education. They pay for that education, so it's not free. So when we talk about it, because they are adults, they got a say to vote. Didn't you see the thing?
It is not everybody who's going to that government universities around the country that are voting for a particular a person or this government.
Obvious.
The free education.
You are using that to leverage on my emotions.
Excuse me. The free education is not only given to the supporters of the government. It's open. The ANC people are benefiting the free education. The Liberty Party people, even your candidate, your partisans,
yes,
they are benefiting free education.
Washington, agree with you that every Liberian at that university level is benefiting from it. I'm saying to you, once it is coming through a government hand, one, it's not free. You know when it becomes free?
When it becomes free?
It becomes free when somebody take the money from their pocket,
okay,
and not from the government covers to take care of people of the country. That's when it becomes free. Number two, my idea is let's give it to children. I don't have any issue with a negative sentiment about that policy. But what I'm saying to you is that for education in this country to thrive very well, we need to look at the curriculum, and then we also need to put these young people to work while we before that they have
before we go to the lines, I want to ask you this very, very important question, Dr. Turner.
Yeah.
What is going to be your address to people with disability in the country?
When it comes to our brothers and sisters that are disabled, we're going to empower them. How do you empower them educationally again? Give them the kind of skill training that they need. Set the platform for them that they need to be able to fit into society, and also find a way to economically empower them. Those of them that are involved into businesses, buying and selling, small skills, selling and all that, get them more financially empowered. Create microloans for them because they're more like disadvantaged citizens, and because of their physical situations. So we're going to make sure we put microloans in their hands, and also get them trained and give them the kind of expertise that they need to be able to work in society.
Excellent. So he's Reverend Dr. Joshua Turner. He is the political leader of the New Liberia Party and the presidential candidate.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. We have
Number 17 on the ballot.
So that means you right
over Mr. President's head. Right over Mr. President's head.
Number 17. Wow, so you're number 17.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So the numbers to call are 0880514096 are the numbers to call to be part of this conversation. The conversation is now open, and it's time for you to weigh in your question to the New Liberia Party political leader and standard bearer, presidential standard bearer. The numbers are ready. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Washington, and good evening to your little guest.
Good evening, sir. I think this is Armstrong.
Yeah, the chairman for We Are One Run Victory.
Go ahead,
Let
sir.
me say thank you to your studio guest. But I have just two questions for him.
Go ahead quickly.
He said that he will go fast and other things. Then later on, he came to the education issue about President We Are policy, situation policy. He said, no, it's not situation. How will he do those things that he said about giving the party? Will it be free because he said, well, it's not taking this money from your pocket? So when will you take the money from and give it to us before we do it?
Okay.
One. My second question is, if not elected, and a person we are that I know that he will be re-elected by the grace of God, will he come with those ideas and work with President We Are as President We Are did to Madam 2012?
Excellent question. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead. Can you reduce the volume of your monitor, please?
Yeah, good evening, Washington. How you doing?
I am doing good. What's your name and where you come from?
David Nimner from Nikitam, the borough.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, sir. I want to thank you for that platform. I want to thank you for your studio guests and what's up. But I have a lot of questions and a contribution to your
Just in 30 seconds, we have a question.
Okay. He said it all, and that is it. My first question here is
If he said it all, then do you have a question for him?
oh, yes, or because it's
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yes. I want you to tell me that what are you going to do to eradicate something that making our country to go backward?
Okay.
Because for his explanation he said, he said a lot of things like industry and education, which of course is well.
What are you going to do to stop our country from going backwards?
Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Let's leave you there. The line is German. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead. 30 seconds.
My name is ICF Duana from Kovacho community. Today I listened to the president when he spoke. When he took the microphone, he made a first statement. He said, wow. I mean, wow to the young man in the studio. He has really said something very great to Nigeria. But you know, the Liberian people always say, why at this time? Why you have all the knowledge, you didn't even advise even the president about it? Why you did not bring it on the table? So even the legislature, nothing was put in the house, and now you are speaking about it. Thank you very much, but we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you. Liberians are speaking. Liberians are speaking. Good evening. 0880514096 are the numbers, and you can be part of this conversation. I think the calls are just coming in. The line is Jeremy. 0880514096. Good evening.
This conversation, I think the calls are just coming in.
Well, you're listening to your monitor. Please stop it. Go ahead. What's your name and where you call from?
Well, my name is Mr. Sadaitis Kujo. I'm calling from Sano County.
Sano County. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I don't get responsible to your born citizen. So what the all is saying, that why I expect to do enough president where I don't with being like Europe. They all will discuss with any player, when discuss, anything. You will discuss on that law, people will get that law. You have right to call the president and say, president, I won't wait. But then I want for all to do. So I want for him to do.
Okay.
So thank you for your program.
Thank you very much. Very fascinating question.
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and where you call from?
My name is Omen Bleeding.
Omen Bleeding, go ahead.
I'm speaking from District 10.
District 10, Montserrat County?
Yeah, Montserrat.
Go ahead quickly, sir.
Yeah, really, I appreciate the highly educated man. But what is your name, sir?
Joshua Turner.
Dr. Farmer, you spoke very well. But the reason why that problem is they talk about we are using the money, and that's why okay. Now you spoke on factory issue, and I appreciate you. There's a lot of people open factory in this country. Rubber that came 1926. Our iron ore, we need a mining steel factory in this country. You spoke to that issue. I really appreciate it. And a cow, making a cow, I never knew that the yoga is in this country. I'm from cow, and we eat the cow here, the cow.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you very much, very, very much. We take one or two more calls, and then we get back to Reverend Dr. Turner to address some of these concerns. Good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
This is Leo from Painesville.
Painesville, go ahead.
Yes, I want to appreciate your studio guest. But one thing you people talking over the free education. You know, the development of the country, you need to train people. So that free education is making a lot of sense.
Okay.
The human resource capacity that people need to be built. If that thing has started way back, I mean, we wouldn't afford war. But because people man were people.
That is the reason why the government saw it necessary to give the people free education. Go to school and learn so that your mind cannot be deranged.
Definitely.
Thank you.
A lot of things.
Thank you very much. Let's get this person. Good evening. Sir, what's your name and where you call from? Sir, hello? Yes, sir.
I want to ask a question. 1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead. He says the line is not...
When you get 1,000 chicken, here, 1,000 a day in English.
Are you getting him?
I think he said when you get 1,000 chicken and it lays 1,000 eggs. Are you not rich?
Something about chicken and egg.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You're my last caller. Go ahead quickly. We're running out of time.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do call for the
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to applaud the three girls playing studio. He has a good vision for Liberia, and he has a good mindset for Liberia. I really appreciate it a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Turner, back to you. You listen to the view of the callers. What will be your response?
Let me address this.
You have 3 minutes to address.
Yeah, the issue about the free education.
Somebody say I should tell you this is an aspirant, James Napla Posofala. Do you know him?
Okay.
James Napla Posofala. He's contesting in district number 8.
Yes.
He say he's following your conversation.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So basically, when it comes to this free education thing, I see people responding. I'm not against, the government making sure that her citizens are educated. I'm not against it.
Okay.
I'm saying if I'm a leader, I will prioritize the children. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It depends on what the leader priorities are, and his choices are. If it's a good thing to do, it's an amazing thing that he's doing, but I will prioritize the Liberian children.
Square out.
Yes. If you go out in the street corners of Monrovia, you see our children mechanics here and there, cleaning people's houses and all, and not going to school. Then by the time the guy gets to a particular level, you want to train this guy, educate this guy. Even the education becomes difficult because his foundation is faulty. So I'm going to prioritize children. So square out on that. Okay, but I applaud the government for what is happening right now. Then
It's a medium to alleviate the deformed structure.
Yes. I mean,
go ahead.
Human resource capacity building. So somebody said, what would I do to eradicate Liberia's problem of going backward? First and foremost is to work on the mentality of Liberians. And to do this again is to put Liberians to work.
Okay.
To put Liberians to work, you got to create the avenue and the place for them to go and work, which boils down to my industrialization plan. You understand? Of creating these factories for them to go to work. Look, Washington, no matter how awkward, backward a Liberian is, the person who wins DV Washington leaves this country and goes to America 6 months after 1 year. This guy starts sending money and asking us to buy land, or this old lady starts sending us money, and the next thing is that they start becoming queen, they start becoming Americanized. Why? This society, the environment, they went to a place where they started working. They went to a place where they couldn't just drink water and use the bathroom and do this for free. You got to work and pay bills. So they started working. So immediately the person changed. So if we can change the environment here and make it a working environment and create the place for people to go and work, you see what's going to happen.
The last question before we leave, because we are out of time. The last question is, you have all of the ideas.
Why is it that I've not?
Why is it that you've kept these ideas to yourself?
Now, this is Washington. Let me tell you for free. As far back as the day of Charles Taylor, I came up with an idea that I did the visibility. It was about digitizing our electoral process. Where you put your fingerprint, we know who's winning. You put your fingerprint, we know who's winning. So that's why you see American election. Before the election can even come to the last state, they've already announced, because you know who's winning. That idea was thrown down the drain. $6 million to bring it fast.
Does that mean you can't give the idea to President Ria?
No, wait. We tried all that we can. Let me tell you for free. Your ideas in this country gonna become a threat if you don't have political willpower. Number 2 is our franchise. It's our brain. It's what we got. Do you understand? So we holding our franchise in our hands. We got the technical know-how, and if we have national leadership given to us by the people,
and someone say in case you do not win the elections, let's say, are you willing to work with I'm
in this election to win it. That's the honest truth about it. And if I win it, I'm going to have a government of inclusion. That's the honest truth. In case you don't win it, when it comes to in case the probability that I don't win, I'm going to take the side that my people and I, especially my people, ask us to go to. But honestly, I will do everything to make sure whoever is in national leadership, we can motivate them.
Your parting comments.
My parting comments. This is Dr. Joshua Turner. I am the standard bearer and the presidential candidate of the New Liberia Party. Our party headquarters on 17th Street, Cinco, Monrovia, Liberia, on the land side. And then I'm going to release a few numbers for those of you that are listening out there. In case you want to reach out to us, the numbers are 0770 164 253, 0770 164 253. The Lone Star number is 0886 512-384, 0886-512-384. Now listen, I'm number 17 on the ballot box. If you need a new librarian, you need a new leader, and this leader is Dr. Joshua Turner. I'm right above the president's head, and just in case that's a mistake, the description, just give it to me. Right above Mr. President's head.
Thank you very much. His name is Reverend Dr. Joshua Turner. He's been our guest on the biggest thing happening on radio at about this time in Liberia. So this is how I'd like to leave you. My name is Washington Prince Tappert Jr. And let me say a very big thanks to Damawa who produced this show. Thank you very much, and do have yourselves a wonderful day. Happy 24th, August 24th.
Yes.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together. I go. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget that. You for love, I can't take. You for marriage.